Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with a servant analysis video. This is FGO Sodom's Beast or Draco servant analysis, and there's another character another 4-star character in this, like in the same banner that has come. I think her name is Locusta. So I'm going to be reacting to these two characters, and just like I usually do, look at the Ascension arts, the skills, the noble phantasms, and the animation demonstration as well. Now for Setanta, I know Setanta is also here. I think he's a welfare servant as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll do Setanta at a later date on a separate video because Draco is Ascension locked. The final to Ascension, as far as I could gather, is locked unless and until the players unlock that. They won't be able to have any type of video for that demonstration. So I'm going to do another video for this when Draco's last Ascension animation gets unlocked, and I'm sure more videos will come out for that. So in that video I'm going to add Setanta as well. So this video is Nero, the first two Ascension, and Locusta, while the next video will be Nero's final Ascension and Setanta. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to break it into two parts. So yeah, let's begin without wasting any more time. I have done the summoning. I think the video is already up. It should be. You've probably watched it then. And yeah, let's begin. So this is at first I'm going to react to Draco, then Locusta, and then go on to the other stuff, the skills and everything. And one thing I was kind of hearing a lot of people say, everyone was kind of expecting Sita to come in, but I was like, no, Sita's not going to come because, with the whole curse of separation, I feel like unless and until they do something to counteract that, in no way is Sita coming to mobile, as long as Rama's here. And I don't know if they're going to do something about that in the future. But at least for now, I don't see her coming at all. So a lot of people are talking about Sita, and I was like, no, I don't think Sita's coming. If she actually came, I would have been very surprised. But anyways, let's begin. Poor Rama. It's been so long. But yeah, let's begin. This is Sodom's Beast Draco Beast Servant demonstration, and I'm also going to check out what the beast class does. I'm not exactly sure about that. I'm going to look at that later on. Alright, as always, the original video links that I'll be reacting to here will be given down in the description box. So yeah, alright. So here we go. Sodom's Beast Draco Servant demonstration. Begin. Alright. Oh! Okay. She did the... Wait, she's a single target? Alright, that didn't look like a single target attack. Oh! Tail beam! Okay. Oh! Alright. Okay, that's... Oh, interesting skills. Alright. But she's a buster. Alright, okay. Oh, okay, that was cool. I liked that. Okay, this is the first Ascension animations. I'm quite impressed now. I can't wait for the third Ascension animations to come in. Okay. Alright, we saw this. Oh! And tail beam. Wait, is she... She's dealing extra damage to casters. So wait, I need to check out her, like her affinities. Which character she's strong against?
酒を持て皿を持てそこだうまい
Oh, this is new. Oh, yes. You know the mud from the Grail.
死に耐えよ
I like how she just sits down like this and the Grail just goes and attacks on her behalf. Ah boy, the Beast class logo is also so cool. I just looked at it now.
これぞ獣の象徴
Oh wow. Oh wait, what the hell is happening there?
黄金
That's an interesting logo. What are these skills? I need to check them. I'll check them obviously. I can see a little grail icon on top of her.
卓上に人類は満ちた
Wait, she's
酒を
arts?
持て
Her noble phantasm is arts.
毒に
Oh.
なりだはびこるは炎轟くは
Okay.
笑い
I was surprised seeing that she's actually single target. That's good.
抱き溶かし平らげようか満足
Oh boy, I love the
く
Umu.
れてやろう
But one thing, her noble phantasm attack doesn't seem that strong, does it? Like 65,000 with
次の会場に案内
enhanced
せ
damage?
問
I
題
don't know about that. She's single target, so
はびこるは
okay. So this is her second ascension.
轟くは笑い七つの竜我が指となるがよい抱き溶かし平らげようか満足だ
Like,
つぼしをくれてやろ
is it 40,000? Isn't that quite low? Without any buff, 40,000 for a single target NP attack? I don't know.
う朽ち果てよ
Oh, but I guess she's arts. I guess that is why. If she was a buster, it would have been probably enhanced. So I guess Castoria can probably help out in this situation.
酒を持て金を持て皿を持て
Okay. But her normal attack seems
毒に
quite strong. Like look at
手
this.
触りどうした
Yeah, her normal attacks are quite strong.
死に耐えよ酒を持て皿を持て酒を持て
Hmm.
そこだうまいか
Okay, I like the first ascension and the second ascension animations. Third ascension should be something special. Like, usually it is like, the third ascension is a lot cooler than the first ascension and the second ascension. At least that's what I've seen,
皿を持て
in my opinion.
酒を持て金を持て毒に割りだはっうまいか
Hmm.
あがけあがけ
Okay.
「皿を持て金を持て酒を持て」まずいか汚らわしいそこだあがけあがけ
All right.
力を見せる聞こうよ
The skill animations are also quite good. Like this one especially. Like there's so many things going on while she uses the skills. Like look at that. Oh my god. What was up? It's a rain of buffs.
抱える欲望を見せてやろう酒を持て金を持て はびこるは炎轟くは笑い七つの竜よ我が指となるがよい抱き溶かし平らげようかうむなんだ五つ星をくれてやろうはっ汚らわしい死に耐えよ
Alright. There you go.
その量も三流かよう煩わせるな
Okay, so the summoning lines. Alright, I have this if you've seen my summoning video, you'll see this part freaked me out. I was actually not paying much attention. I was talking about something and this happened and I'm like, what the hell? Like with sound effects and everything. Oh, this was so cool. Oh boy. Okay, I've heard this one when I got her. My name is Draco, Beast of Sodom. Draco.
ああそうだったなクラスは
My class is Beast. She focuses on that Beast.
こいつは傑作だな
This is funny.
貴様とんでもない当たりを引いてしまったぞ
You drew a crazy something. She's something like that.
爪の先ほど強くなったな
She got strong a little bit, only a nail's worth. Alright.
世の姿は変わらぬ
My form won't change.
ドラコになるには2000年ほど待つがよい
Oh, she says like to become older, she'll take a lot of time. Millenniums.
変わっているな
Yeah, she's like, wait, it changed? It did change.
足りぬ足りぬ
Oh,
これでは腹は膨れぬ
she needs more food.
先ほどはドレスを着替えただ
She's like, I just
け
changed the dress.
世の姿は変わらぬ
Yeah, my form won't change.
だからなそこまでにしておくがよいぞ
She's like, ah, this is it.
聞いているのか
Ah, alright. Okay, her ascension is locked, isn't it? I think. Yeah, there you go. I think you need to go more in the story or the event, and then only it'll be unlocked. Okay. So there you go. That was her demonstration. Now, I have to say, yeah, the first and the second Ascension demonstrations are quite good. I really liked it. First of all, that one part where she just kicks the enemy, you know, that part was cool. And the one with where the Grail Mud falls down and the Grail Mud comes and envelops the enemy. Those two were quite cool. I really liked it. The extra attack was also quite nice, where she just sits down and the Grail goes and attacks. So these were my most favorite, like, you know, animations out of all of them. And the other ones were also quite cool. You know, she uses her, like, you know, dragon hand to attack and all that. The Noble Phantasm, it surprised me that she's actually a single target, but I, like, you know, usually, like, it's been a while, I think, that we got an actual single target character, NP character. So yeah, like her, like, it was crazy when the Noble Phantasm was happening. I was like, oh, that's quite cool. And then I'm like, wait, she's single target? Her Noble Phantasm looks like an AoE Noble Phantasm. But you know, like, it's okay. But there's one thing I'm kind of curious about. Her Noble Phantasm seemed a little bit weak, didn't it? Like, single target without any buff, 40k with an enhanced attack. You know, her attack was like, you know, like enhanced because of the class affinity, I'm guessing. Like, isn't that a bit low? But I guess she is an arts character, like not arts character, but an arts noble phantasm. So that is probably why the raw damage is low, which can easily be like, you know, like properly, like, you know, changed by bringing Castoria in. So yeah, that's the thing. And with some buffs and everything, I saw like her noble phantasm attack went to like 60 to 70k, something like that. So yeah, that's, I'm kind of curious. I'm going to look at her skills and probably then I'll understand why is it this low. Like, yeah, okay, anyways, but yeah, the animations and everything was quite cool. The skill animation was also quite nice. I liked the skill animation as well. So yeah, now third ascension. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be probably, it'll take 2 to 3 more days for everyone to go to that part and unlock it. So I'll wait, and yeah, when her third ascension animations are going to come out, I'm going to do that and Setanta in that video. I'll make another video for that. So yeah, for now this is it, and that was Draco and her servant demonstration. Let's go to the next character, another new character. Her name is Locusta. Assassin servant demonstrations. Let's see what this is about. So here we go. Oh yeah, she talks about mushrooms. I got her. What? Oh, she's also single target? She talks a lot about mushrooms. What? Wait, what? She throws mushrooms. Magic mushrooms. Oh my god, all she talks about is mushrooms. Okay, ha. Wow. She seems like one of those crazy characters, you know, just like, oh my god. What's going on here? Oh my god. Wait, this is the best one. That was the best animation. I loved that one. Her hand movements. Oh, she's a chaotic servant. Oh boy, what's happening here? There's mushrooms growing. Oh my god, that's cool. Okay. Wait, did she poison herself? Oh boy. And she's also single target. That's crazy. Oh, so she's talking about poison. So she makes poison? Okay. Huh. Ora. Oh boy. Yeah, she's weird.
キノコキノコパパパパ
I like her hand animation.
ネロ様の皿にはふさわしくない食材ですね。
He's talking about Nero. Talking about not having good ingredients.
毒
Oh,
を盛りま
wait,
しょう
is this her
皿に盛りましょう
third ascension?
白磁こそがローマの
Whoa. Okay, I was not expecting that.
相手が美食の流儀哀れな生贄聖なる御家を愛しき陛下に捧げますエニス・ファンガス
Okay, wait. She's sitting on mushrooms.
オラオラオラ
Oh my god.
キノコキノコキノコそしてキノコだ
Hmm.
死ねですプロですから毒です直接やるです
Hmm.
ないとこにしてやるですキノコキノコキノコそしてキノコだ
Okay. So, who is she? I'm gonna check out her wiki page. Like, she's talking about Nero, so she knows Nero. I guess because she's in the same banner.
死ねですプロですから
So, okay.
オラオラオラ
This one's the best one.
死ね
Oh, this one's new. This one's new.
キノコキノコパパパパドッ
Oh boy.
決まってきた
Hmm.
キングこのキノコはよキノコ食べます
I think we need a counter for the number of times she says kinoko.
死ねです毒より美味なるものはなし死ねですおにゃ
Like that part where she says shine this. Like, she seems like a psycho.
毒を盛りましょう
Like her.
皿に盛りましょう
Yeah, I'm gonna look at her wiki. Who is she?
食べて吐いてが美食の流儀哀れな生贄聖なる御家を愛しき陛下に捧げますエニス・ファンガス
Hmm.
ネロ様の皿にはふさわしく
Yeah.
ない食材ですね
Okay. Alright, there you go. Alright, I heard her Ascension summoning lines because I summoned her as
召
well.
喚に応じ参上いたしましたロクスタですさあキノコを食べるのです意識が高い界隈にもキノコは大人気いいから食べろ話はそれからだ
Yeah, she wants to feed us mushrooms. That's all
ト
she
ー
wants.
ピングキノコシチュ
Alright. No more kinoko. Stop that. Okay, this is a second ascension.
ーありがとうございますお礼に美味しいキノコをどうぞ
No.
大丈夫
She has one in her hand.
キノコですから
Oh.
テレンテレンテレン
Was that supposed to be the level up music?
キノコのおかわりはど
No, no.
本当の本当に大丈夫です。
Yeah.
そんなにない。
Yeah. She.
毒を
Okay.
より速やかで安らかな毒を。
She makes poison from her mushrooms. Alright. This is a drastic change.
私の毒が生成されてゆく。
Yeah?
今の私ならあのお方に安らぎを。え、このキノコ毒ですけれど。
Wait, so it's she talks about bringing peace to someone. Is she trying to kill someone with her
私
poison?
のような毒殺者をこんなに重用するなんて。もしかして毒入り用です？暗殺よ、
No.
それとも自決よ。このロクスタにお任せありです。今度こそ完璧な毒を。
Okay. Alright, that's it. So, that was. Okay, so that was Locusta, and she loves mushrooms. That's what I got from a demonstration. And okay, so there's a few ones that I liked, her animations. The first one is the one where she just jumps on her mushroom, just bounces up and makes a somersault and attacks. That's the best one. Then there's the extra attack where she does some weird thing, just does this. I just love her hand animation over there, the way she kind of puts her hands up. That's that's one of the most weirdly cute things I've ever seen. But anyways, yeah, so she's like, I'm going to look at her wiki page. Like, it seems she knows Nero. Number one, she makes poisons from mushrooms, and from the looks of it, she was talking about in her Ascension line, she was talking about making the perfect poison and bringing someone peace, which obviously I'm going to translate to killing, trying to kill someone. So I don't know, like, that's what it seemed like she was talking about. But either way, she's an assassin, and her, like, like, I don't know, like, I feel like I'm going to look at her skills and everything and see what type of character she is, but she seems quite weak. Like, her attacks, like, I guess it was like she was fighting casters, that is why, obviously. But still, like, like, I don't know, I feel like, yeah, I'll talk about that later. I'll look at her skills and everything, and then I'll see what's going on. But like, she all include, like, all together. Yeah, her animations looks good. Her noble phantasm, interesting. She makes poison. She puts in, like, ingredients and then just drops that on the enemy. And yeah, and she's also a single target, which is interesting. Again, she's a type of character who I would think is an AoE character, but she is a single target character. So alright. So yeah, there you go. Nothing much to say, because those two are the only animations that I really liked. Other ones were okay, but like the one where she jumps and attacks, bounces on the mushroom, and the one and her extra attack. Those two were the best ones. And yeah, so there you go. That's the girl who loves mushrooms. I'm going to, okay, before I go to the skills and everything, I'm going to check out her, who she is. Locusta. Okay, she was talking about Nero, so I'm guessing she's someone who knows Nero. Like, okay, just a minute, my internet is alright. Locusta. Oh, Locusta or Locusta was a notorious maker of poisons in the 1st century Roman Empire. There you go, active in the final two reigns of Julio-Claudian dynasty. She supposedly took part in the assassination of Claudius, oh, and Britannicus. Okay, the Claudius means Tiberius Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus. Okay, so this is not Nero. And Britannicus, who's Britannicus? Tiberius Claudius Caesar Britannicus. Oh, he was the son of Augustus Germanicus. Okay. She was a favorite of Emperor Nero, there you go, for several years, and Nero had her provide training to other poisoners in his service. Following Nero's death, Locusta was executed by his successor Galba. Okay. So there you go, she was a poison expert and she was the favorite of Nero. And that's why she was talking about Nero so much. Alright, there you go. It cleared up. I know about her now. So, that was it. That was the animation demonstrations. Now I will be looking at all these characters' skills. First Draco, then Locusta. Alright, just a minute. Let me see if the page has updated. Locusta's page, I'm going to go to that later. Okay, first Sodom's Beast Draco, her Ascension arts. Let's look at it. The first Ascension art is this one. Alright, so here we can see this is, you know what, I really like this Ascension art. It's very rare that I like the first Ascension art. Usually the second and the third Ascension arts I kind of like better than the first one. But I have to say, this is the first time I really like the first Ascension. I don't know why, but it's probably the dress, that she's wearing. Like she has like the crown with the holy, I think that's the grail on her hand, and the red dress looks beautiful on her. I just love that, and the little tail coming out of her, So yeah, I really like this one. This is probably one of the few first Ascension arts that I really like. Even more than the second Ascension. Yeah, like that's what it, like, I don't know, but I like this a little bit more. Probably the dress. I really love this type of dress, like this type of like long dress with like fluttery dress. So yeah, and Nero looks very cute here. So there you go. That's the first Ascension. Now the second Ascension, which is the only one that we have for now. The next two Ascension we'll get later on, and this is the second Ascension. And like I said, we've seen this before in the arcade version, and I prefer the first Ascension a bit more than this one, and I'll probably prefer the third Ascension more than the first and the second one, because in the third Ascension I'm guessing she'll have her adult self, so obviously I like that more than the other two. But between Ascension 1 and Ascension 2, I like Ascension 1 a little bit more than Ascension 2. This one's also quite good. You can see her hand has like transformed into the dragon hand, and her legs as well. She has that dress like down on the floor, and the crowns on her heads, on her shoulders, and in the background I don't know what the hell is going on over there. Something crazy is going on in the background. But yeah, that is the second Ascension. So compared to the first Ascension, this is good, but I prefer the first Ascension a little bit more than this one. And there you go. Those are the only two Ascension arts for now. I'll make another video when the other one gets unlocked. Okay, now let us go to her skills. Her first skill. Now I'm really curious about her skills. Oh wait, before that, okay, Beast. I need to check out what, like, where can I even find that, like, what characters are Beasts strong against and what characters are they weak against. All right, I'll try to find it out. If I'm unable to find it out, let me know. Okay, I cannot really find it out. No, I cannot find it. Okay, can you let me know, like, which, like, like with the whole servant class affinity, which character is strong against which, that thing. Which characters are Beast strong against, and which characters are they weak against? If you can let me know, because I kind of noticed, like, she was dealing extra damage to casters. Was she like berserkers or something, like, like, or maybe she like someone, like, let me know. I couldn't find it out here. If you, like, let me know in the comments. It'll be nice. Alright, let's look at her skill. First skill is called Number of the Beast C. Alright, charges on NP gauge every turn for 6 turns. What? 6 turns? Increases on critical damage for 6 times. Okay. Reduces on damage taken for 6 times. Not turn, time. Okay. However, NP gauge is 6 turns. Wait, so NP regen at level 1 is 5%, at level 10 is 10%. So for 6 turns, you're going to get 10% increase. An interesting thing, the cooldown here is 7. You know, the maximum cooldown is 7. The minimum cooldown is 7. So that means, yeah, like you'll be getting NP increase, and then you'll only lack 1. You need 1 extra turn to again pop in that skill. So it's like a continuous every turn 10% NP increase, which is kind of nice, you know, especially if you want to loop and stuff. I don't know if you can loop. She must be loopable. She has arts as her noble phantasm, so yeah. And increases on crit damage for 6 times. Crit damage increases at level 1 is 20%, at level 10 is 30%. Quite good. And reduces on damage taken for 6 times. At level 1 is 500 damage taken minus, while at level 10 is 1000. That's very good. 1000 damage increase. Yeah, that's wow. This first skill is really good. I really like it. It's a very good skill, like a, you know, like a above average skill, I feel like yeah. All right. Let's go to the second skill. Aurea Poculum Golden Grail C. Alright, seals all enemy skills for 1 turn. Inflicts burn for 3 turns to them. 500% chance to charge their NP gauge by 1. Oh, demerit. This is a demerit. Okay. Increases own attack for 3 turns. Grants self-grail status for 3 turns. Alright, what is this self-grail status? Okay, burn damage. Okay, burn damage at level 1 is 3000 and at level 10 is 5000. Wow, 5000 burn damage every turn. That's decent, quite good. And at level 1, attack increases 20% and level 10 is 40%. Okay, 40% attack increase. Cooldown, minimum cooldown is 6. Okay, we still don't know what this self-grail status is. I feel like we'll get to know that later. Okay, a good skill. It seals the enemy skills. 5000 burn every turn. The only demerit is it's going to charge the enemy's NP, but you're going to get a 40% increase in attack for 3 turns, and this self-grail status, which I'm still not sure what it is. Okay, let's go to the third skill. 7 Beast Crown C. Increases on buff removal resistance by 100% for 1 time, 3 turns. Okay, buff removal resistance. Okay, so your buff won't be removed. The resistance for 1 time, 3 turns. Alright, when self has grail status, there you go, this one. Increases on damage against dragon enemies for 3 turns. Increases on damage against Roman enemies for 3 turns. Gains critical stars for every turn for 3 turns. Grants self debuff immunity for 1 time. Ignore defense for 3 turns. Increases on healing received for 3 turns. Charges on NP gauge every turn for 3 turns. What? Okay, that's a lot. Alright, so what you need to do is pop the second skill, which is going to give you self-grail status for 3 turns, and then pop the third one immediately. If you pop the third and then the second, it won't work, I'm guessing. Second, third. When self-grail status is there, all these things are going to happen when you use the third skill. So, dragon enemy damage increase at level 1 is 20%, and level 10 is 40%. Okay. Roman damage 20% at level 1, 40% at level 10. Critical star regen at level 1 is 5 crit stars, and level 10 is 10. Grail heal rate plus is 10% at level 1, 20% at level 10, and Grail NP regen is 10% at level 1, 20% at level 10. Again, an NP regen we are getting. So cooldown, minimum cooldown is 7. So here we are getting a NP regen. At the first skill, we're also getting an NP. No, wait, just a minute. Yeah. At first skill, we're also getting another NP regen for 10%. So okay, interesting. So alright, the first one is for 6 turns. This one is for 3 turns. Interesting. So let me do the calculations. First, if you pop all the 3 skills in the first turn, the first skill is going to give you 10% every turn. The third skill is going to give you 20% every turn for 3 turns. So the first turn you're going to get 30% NP increase. The second turn you're going to get a 30% NP increase. The third turn you're going to get a 30% NP increase. The fourth turn you're only going to get a 10% NP increase. Damn, that's okay. That's a lot. Like 30% every turn. Like what? Huh. All right, but we need to keep in mind that this is NP generation every turn. So I'm guessing the first attack you won't get the NP increase. Now from the second turn onwards you're going to get it. Yeah, because it's NP regen. It doesn't increase your NP, but it increases the gauge every turn. So at the end of the first turn you're going to get that 30% increase. So at the first turn, you probably need a kaleidoscope. If you want to start with an NP, you probably need a kaleidoscope with the append skills or the max broken, limit broken kaleidoscope. Either of it. Or you need someone who can boost your NP gods like Castoria. So if you want to use in the first attack your NP gauge, you need those. Then from the second turn onwards, you're going to get a constant 30% NP generation every turn up until 3 turns, and then from the fourth turn onwards it'll be 10% up until turn 6, and then again you can do it again, like repeat it again. So alright, interesting. And it also gives you like this Grail status also gives you a little bit of extra heal, Crit Star regen, and Roman and Dragon enemy damage increase. Alright, very good set of skills, I have to say. She seems very strong. Alright, let's look at her passive skills. She has 3 passive skills. Authority of the Beast increases on critical damage by 10%. Independent Manifestation E increases on crit damage by 2%, increases on insta-kill resistance by 2%, on mental debuff resistance by 2%. And Nega Messiah X increases on debuff success rate by 500%. Damn. That's crazy. Okay. Now, the Noble Phantasm, it is called Babylon Domus Area Ingurgating Golden Theater. Deals damage to 1 enemy. It's an Arts card, Arts Noble Phantasm. At level 1, NP damage is 900%. At level 5, it's 1500%. Overcharge effect is deals extra damage to 7 Knights Servant enemies. Wait, what? 7 Knight Servant enemies. Oh, so 7 knights. What do they mean by 7 knights? Like saber, archer, lancer, assassin, rider, caster, and berserker. Does berserker fall in that? I'm not sure. Is that what it is? I'm not exactly sure. Let me know. And the charge overcharge effect is that, and at 100% overcharge, 150% extra damage. At 200% it's 162.5. At 300% it's 175. At 400% it's 187.5. And at 500% it's 200% extra damage. Okay, her Noble Phantasm is nothing special. It's just like a single target Noble Phantasm. But her skills are into place where she shines. And with Castoria, I feel like she can deal some crazy damages. And I feel like you can easily loop her. You can very easily loop her, even though she is a single target character. Like it's very difficult to loop single target characters, because usually you're getting like attacking one enemy. So, but with her 30% NP gain every turn, and then 10%, I feel like you can easily loop her with, I don't know, like with double Castoria or something. Let me know. So, yeah. all in all, she seems like a solid character, and she's obviously the beast class, so that in itself gives her like like speciality, that she's at least for now she's the only beast character, summonable character. All right. Okay, so let me look at Locusta now. Just a minute. Let's see if her skills have been updated. Has it been updated? Yeah, only her Noble Phantasm hasn't been updated. All right, I'm going to look at her Ascension arts first. All right, this is the first Ascension art of Locusta, and yeah, we've seen this. She has a hood with a like the covering, and interesting, she has like feathers on her dress, and obviously all she talks about is mushrooms, and at the back you can see it's probably her like place where she makes her poisons and stuff, and that smile, look at that smile. Now yeah, like oh wait, she kind of reminds me of, I was wondering, I was like, who does she remind me of, with the covered like like dress and hood? She reminds me of Media. Media also has a similar, like in the first and second, I think, Ascension, she's kind of hooded. You cannot really see her face, and then you can see her face. It's kind of like that. All right, so yeah, that's her first Ascension. Okay, the second Ascension is this one, and I like how she's holding a mushroom, a green mushroom, which definitely is poisonous. And it's funny how in the Ascension dialogue, what she says is that, oh, this mushroom is fine, it's not poisonous. Yeah, that's definitely poisonous if you look at it. But yeah, you can see she has like taken off her hood, and I like her dress. Her dress is so like like it's like so many things are going on her dress. It's like it has so many designs on it, like yeah, like so much things are going on her dress, and yeah, it's the background is the same, and you can see her face in this Ascension art. And yeah, she's freaky, like with her whole mushroom obsession. Okay, now the next Ascension, the third Ascension art, this one is where she just abandons her dress completely. Now you can see her green hair, and with that cheeky smile, on her face. And I love how she's sitting on mushrooms. Oh boy, she probably, like, when she throws a mushroom towards her enemy, she probably plucks it out of those mushrooms and just throws it towards her enemies. But yeah, this Ascension art was kind of a surprise. I was not expecting suddenly this, from the first and the second Ascension to suddenly this. I was not expecting, and I was really surprised. I was like, wait, what's going on here? But yeah, her background, you can see she's actually in like some kind of a cave where it's probably mushrooms are growing. She's probably there to pick some mushrooms for her new poison or something. But yeah, she has changed her location from her like atelier. I think that's what you call those places where you make stuff, to this. And yeah, and I have to say, yeah, I prefer this Ascension art a lot more than the other two. But yeah, like this, like her dress is just so, what's that word? I cannot find that proper word. But like where it has so many things going on, like so many designs and everything. That it's like there's so many things going on. There's like a little cape. She has like a little, I don't know what that is, like some kind of hand covering, which has like two layers, and a lot of ornaments also she's wearing as well, like that, on top of her head, like on her neck, like everywhere. And it's just so beautiful. Her dress is really beautiful. Okay, now the third Ascension, sorry, the fourth Ascension is this one, where she's just picking mushrooms. And yeah, wait, did her dress change from the third Ascension? Just, yeah, her dress changed. I usually they don't change. Like third Ascension and the fourth Ascension dresses don't really change that much. But you can see she has took off her head piece, and the dress that she's wearing is a little bit different than the third Ascension one. and she's just taking mushrooms with her, with that with that smile in her face. Oh boy. Yeah, like she looks cute, but she's like, like when you listen to her voice lines and everything, she's freaky. And yeah, like completely crazy. Just wants to feed you mushrooms, these weird looking abomination mushrooms, like once you eat them, you just you just die then and there. But there you go. All right, that was her Ascension arts. Now I'm going to look at her skills. So her first skill is called Poison Compounding A plus. Inflicts poison for 5 turns to all enemies. Increase on arts performance for 3 turns. Increase on NP generation rate for 3 turns. Again, NP generation rate. Alright, just like Beast. Draco. So at level 1, poison damage is 500. At level 10 is 1000 damage. And to all enemies. And for 5 turns. Okay, so it's like a consistent low damage you're going to get. Arts increase at level 1 is 20% and level 10 is 30%. And it's crazy, like usually this is what we see. Like, at level 1 it's usually 20% or 10%, and at level 10 it's like 30% maximum. What I noticed in Draco is like it started with 20%, increased to 40%. Like, that's interesting. I don't think I remember any character having like a level 10 40% damage. Usually it's 30 or it's 50. So Draco's like in the middle. Alright, let's talk about this. NP rate, generation rate at level 1 is 10%, at level 10 is 20%, and the minimum turn is 6. So, yeah, an okay skill, like the NP generation and the arts performance increase will help. Poison usually doesn't help that much, but yeah. Unless and until you have another character buffing that. Okay, second skill, Robust Health, Poison A. Grants self-gut status, 1 time 3 turns. Okay. Reduces own damage taken for 3 turns. Alright. Grants self-poison recovery buff for 5 turns. Wait, converts own poison damage to HP recovery. Oh, that is the self-poison recovery buff. Oh, that's quite good. Oh, interesting. So the 1000 damage that you'll be doing every turn, will that convert to HP? Converts on poison damage to HP recovery. Yeah, I think so. Wait, so how does this work? Like, you're poisoning every enemy, and every enemy is going to get 1000 damage. So are you going to get like a 3000 HP healing every turn, or is it 1000 HP healing? That's one thing I'm not sure about. Because it says converts on poison damage. What poison damage? For one enemy or for all the enemies? Will it accumulate? Like 1000, 1000, 1000, 3000? Or is it like only 1000? If it's 3000, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Like every turn 3000 HP recovery, that's crazy. I don't think that'll be too powerful, like, too strong, wouldn't it? I don't know. Anyways, Guts revives with 1000 HP at level 1 and at level 10 is 2000 HP, while damage taken decrease at level 1 is 300, at level 10 is 500. Alright, this skill is quite good, especially paired with the first one. It's going to give you HP recovery. Alright, third skill. Cooking Mushroom Bee charges party's NP gauge. Grants self-on attack activate buff for 3 turns. 3 attacks, 3 turns. Inflicts poison with 500 damage for 3 turns to enemy when normal attacking. 500% to inflict poison with 1000 damage for 5 turns to self. Whoa. Oh, that's why. Okay, there you go. So this demerit is going to like you're going to suffer from this demerit as well, like 1000 damage decrease. So that healing is going to help you to mitigate this damage and maybe heal it a little bit more. I was wondering, like the second skill is crazy. Like that amount of recovery using a skill, like how are they going to counter it? They're going to counter it with this demerit, where you're going to get 1000 damage every turn. So the second skill is going to mitigate that. I think so. And at the same time, inflicts poison with 500 damage for 3 turns to enemy while normal attacking. So that might recover you as well. Okay, I'm a little bit not so sure about her skills because I'm not understanding what it is. Like I can, like there's a lot. I feel like I need to see a few of the videos properly and see what the skills do actually. But yeah, NP increase at level 1 is 10%, at level 10 is 20%, and the minimum turn cooldown is 6. Alright, you know what? Let me go to Reddit. I have the Reddit page open. Let me see if the skills is properly explained here. Alright, skill 2 applies guts to self, okay, and applies damage cut, applies convert HP loss to HP gain on self. 5 turn. Alright, skill 3 increases NP gauge for all allies, applies effect to self, applies poison to one enemy, 500 damage, and 500% chance to apply poison to self. No, I don't understand anything reading this. But yeah, like, so the thing that I cannot I'm not exactly sure, I can understand, but I'm not sure, is that part where, like, HP lost is HP gain. So what does that mean? Like, 1000, 3000 HP gain? Or is it like only 1000? My guess would be 3000 HP gain every turn, and the demerit for using third skill is like 1000. So you're getting, if you use the second and the third skill at the same time, you're getting like 2000 HP heal every turn. Is that what it is? Let me know. Alright, she seems like a character who's kind of, what can I say? Like, in certain situations you can use her, that type of thing, or like, you know, like it'll take some time to people to properly understand how you can use her. Like, she's not really like, oh, offensive character or defensive character or support character. She has this unique gimmick, like this whole thing, I think. So I don't know, she's interesting, you know. Like, I thought that she'll be like, you know, a very weak character. She is kind of weak, but at the same time I feel like her skills are kind of interesting, which you can kind of use in an interesting way. And if you can loop her, like, you know, I think you can loop her as well. Yeah, the third skill gives an NP gauge increase for party, and at the same time the first skill, I think, gives you NP generation 20%. So yeah, you can also use her to loop. So there you go. Alright, the passive skills, presence concealment B increases on critical star generation rate by 8%, and mental pollution poison D increases on poison debuff success rate by 20%, increases on mental debuff resistance by 10%. Okay, now her noble phantasm, okay, it's called Finis fungus. When it comes to sacred food offerings, it's mushrooms. Alright, so effect: inflicts poison with 500 damage for 5 turns to one enemy, activates first, deals damage to one enemy, deals 100% plus 15% into N extra damage to enemies with poison status. N is poison status stack count, maximum is 10 stacks, inflicts toxic status for 5 turns to them, increases poison damage on them by 100%. Oh my god, you need to actually properly calculate what's going on here. So poison with 500 damage for 5 turns, okay, and N is the poison status stack count. Okay, so the poison will stack, and based on that, maximum stack is 10. Based on that stack, the more damage you will deal. And it also provides toxic status for 5 turns, which increases poison damage by 100%. So all the poison damage that you'll be dealing will be multiplied by 100% in the end because of that toxic status. Okay, at level 1 damage is 900%, at level 5 is 1500. And overcharge effect increase on R's performance for 1 turn, activates first. At level at overcharge 100% is 10%, at level 500% is a 30% increase. Okay, interesting. Alright, so, and she's also like one enemy, you know, she deals damage to one enemy. So okay, she I feel like her skills are kind of a little bit complicated. Unless and until you see it properly and you use her and understand it, you won't be able to use it, understand it theoretically. I can kind of understand a little bit, but unless and until I use her or see one of the videos explaining her, the whole thing with the poison that she does, I probably won't understand. But one thing I can understand is that, like, the first thing is that her poison helps heal herself. Not only that, her noble phantasm depends on the poison stacks that she puts on the enemy. The more the poison stacks are, the stronger damage the NP will deal. And at the end of all calculations, it'll be increased by 2. It'll be doubled because of her inflicts toxic status. That status will double that damage in the end. So I think that's like the summary of this whole thing, and that's what's going. So you know what? Let me know. If properly used, is she strong? I feel like you can probably, like, if you have like a certain set of characters with her, and you do it properly, her, like, skills and her NP and everything, I feel like you can deal a lot of damage using her. But that's just what I think. I'm not exactly sure. That's why I'm asking, like I'm sure a few people have already used her and tested her. So let me know, is that the case? Because that's what I think that she can do. She's quite, her HP recovery and the whole stack poison damage is kind of interesting. All right. So yeah, there you go. That was it. That was the 2 servants that I that this new event brought in. I'm going to make another video based later on when Nero's 3rd Ascension and 4th Ascension is unlocked. I'm going to react to her the 3rd and the 4th Ascension demonstration, and in that video I'm also going to add Setanta. I'm going to react to Setanta and his demonstrations and his skills and everything. So that will be a separate video. So for this video, it's only these 2. So that is it, guys. Overall, I feel like Draco is not very, but she's quite strong in my opinion. I think so. Let me know. And Locusta, I'm not exactly sure. I feel like if used properly, she can deal quite a bit of damage. And her whole survivability will also be quite good because of her HP heal with the poison. So that's what I think. And obviously she's a beast class, so yeah, a completely new class, Draco. So overall, it's a good impression. I'm quite happy with these 2 characters, especially Draco. She's finally here. Obviously Nero has always been my favorite, and this is Draco, so I'm quite happy that she's finally here. But that is it, guys. So yeah, will I summon for them when they come in NA? Yeah, definitely. Like I said in my summoning video, she has been changed to my first priority currently. It was Tiamat in 2025, but now Draco is my first priority, then Tiamat, then Kukulan. So, and again, in the future, like 6th anniversary, I don't know who is going to come. If it's Olga Mari, then my first priority in 2025 will change to Olga Mari. However, if it's anyone other than Olga Mari, then Draco will still be my first priority. So yeah, 2025 is going to be crazy, and we actually need to properly decide which characters to go for because there's a lot of them, a lot of good characters. So yeah, I'll definitely try to summon for her in NA when she comes. And yeah, so that is it. Thank you for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. So yeah, that is it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next FGO video that I make. And see you guys then. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.